What's going on, guys? So it's got the 2300 with me. It's still winter out here, but I'll tell you what, today is a great day. I don't even have a damn jacket on. It's nice out here. So I'm gonna do some metal detecting. I still really haven't used my new coil a whole lot yet. So I figured this claim here, it's the Mob Boss claim. It would be a good place. There's gonna be a lot of trash here. If I end up finding a nugget, I'll be lucky. So it'll be good to practice with that detector, picking up signals, listening for signals, and all of that good stuff. So let me go grab the detector and I'll be back. I don't think I've ever shown you guys the controls on my 2300. I will let me get this camera turned around and I'll kind of show you the controls on this detector and kind of how it works. So here's the microphone jack. It's got a little rubber boot over it because typically SDC 2300 is waterproof up to, I think it's 10 feet deep. I have kind of ruined that functionality when I added this new coil to it, but that's all right because I live out in the desert. This is your on and off switch. This is your sensitivity settings. I'm always usually running at 4. Typically I run at 4. Sometimes I'll go back down to 3. The main leg folds out like this. Of course, these can extend out, right? Real nice how this extends out. This is your volume button. This is your button to tune it into the environment around you. And this big button here is how you ground balance. So, but to turn it on, you just flip it on like this. It goes through a startup routine. You let that do its own thing for, just a few. It stops after a little bit. And your machine's not really ready to go just yet. You want to hit this. Point it up into the sky. You don't want it, you want to point it up into the sky. What it's doing is it's just taking tastes of the surrounding electromagnetic fields and getting the machine tuned into the environment that you're at. It takes about 45 seconds for this to finish. And once you hear all those beeps, you're good to go. I'm going to run in this ground in setting number 3. But let's get on it. And I'll be back if I find something. X marks the spot for all kinds of junk. I will go ahead and dig all this up. We'll see what the heck we find in here. Found a big piece of metal already over here somewhere. So this is just going to be more junk. We can hope for a gold nugget, but highly doubtful. But let's get to the bottom of it here. All right, we got it in the scoop. Let's see what we got here. It better be an aluminum pull tab. I am not going to be able to sleep at night if it's not. All right, in the hand. Ooh, it's something big. In the scoop. What are you? Boy, this is going to be something small. That's got to be it right there. It's got to be that right there. Okay, well that's pretty disappointing because that's not an aluminum pull tab. That's just a little old piece of rusty ass metal. Next. There's something right there. So let me get, it's a nice little faint target. Don't know how deep it is, but basically X marks the spot right there. Let me get set up and we'll get this puppy dug out. Boy, this ground is frozen underneath here. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass, this target. Let's see if I moved it. All right, looks like it's in the scoop. It's small, whatever it is. It's in that muddy blob. I do believe it is this little booger. Yep, that's it. Don't know what that is. Oh, that is a tiny little BB. That's a little 12 gauge BB. Next. One thing I'd like to do before I go dig this last target is, oh wow, somebody spent a whole bunch of time over here digging this hole. But this is the new coil that I installed on it. And so of course I'm gonna need to take some time to really figure out where the sweet spot is. I'm starting to learn where it is. It's kind of like up, you know, the coil is an elliptical shape. Is the hot spot where it'll pick up the best, dead center in the middle? Is it up towards the very, very tippy top? I kind of suspect it's up a little bit from the center point. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find some kind of piece of metal laying around on the ground, and this way I can kind of show you how I'm gonna try to figure out exactly where that sweet spot is on that coil. Not having too much luck finding anything. Maybe I'll walk back over to the truck. Oh wait. That puppy right there, 22 casing, that is gonna work just perfect for this little experiment. Let me get back over to the metal detector. So I metal detected this little square right here, and so it's completely free and clear of any targets. Okay, so I'm gonna set this 22 shell right here, dead center in the middle. What I want to know with this new coil is, you know, it's got copper windings in here that shoot magnetism into the ground. There's going to be a more hotter spot on this coil. So is that going to be dead center in the middle, so when I swing the metal detector over, it'll scream if the target is in line with the middle? I can't imagine the hot spot would be towards the back, but the feeling I've been getting here lately is kind of up here. So we're going to take the detector, we're going to swing it across here, listen to the sound, put it over here, listen to the sound there in the middle, then more towards the back, this sticker, and rub it across and see what we hear. And we'll go at it at this side. It's important to know those kind of things, because when you're trying to pinpoint where the target is. Well, if you don't know it's back here or it's over here, then you're digging a whole bunch of extra area that you don't need to. We'll take this nice bright rock, we'll put this over the top, and maybe that'll give you guys a better reference point from this camera. But let's go ahead and start trying it. So that's just the very tip, and it's already going batshit crazy on us. Let's try dead center in the middle. That's smacking out on overload. That's what I like to call it. It goes absolutely berserk. Let's try it at the tip. That didn't quite go into overload, but let's try the very back. About the same as the front. And I think maybe this piece is a little too big, this caliber. Let me dig around and see if I can find another little piece, something very, very small that'll make this detector really work and we can figure out the coil. I think that's gonna work out better. Be back in a second, guys. All right, take two. So I found a little tiny piece of metal right there. Little tiny piece. Let's see if the detector even picks it up. For one, see if this coil, how it reacts to this tiny little piece. But let's get back to our experiment. And got that 22 shell out of there. So let's see what happens with this little tiny piece. We will take that little piece, put it there, put this rock on top of it so we know where it's at. For reference, let's try it again. Okay, yeah, this is gonna work perfect. This is gonna work perfect. Okay, let's try up at the tip. Not a whole lot of action going on. Let's try at the end. Kind of hear it a little bit. Let's try dead center. It's got some pretty good sound. Let's try right over here. Kind of starts, it's kind of stronger in this zone right here. Kind of hit pretty good dead center also, but it sounds better in this zone. Let's try this zone right here since it's exactly on the other side. So yeah, it's kind of, the hot zone is kind of even back this way just a hair through here. So that's where I'm going to start using to pinpoint. Now, does this coil pick up stuff on the side? The sun's on its way down, but that'll come in handy where that it doesn't pick up on the side very well, but it still does. And it becomes very faint. Well, that is going to be a great pinpointing tool to be able to pinpoint the target a little bit better than that was. Sometimes I carry my gold monster with me to kind of do some pinpointing. In my opinion, I don't think it's necessary to carry two metal detectors. You should learn the functionality of the metal detector that you have and figure out how to utilize it to do the pinpointing by itself. So that's my opinion, but let me get this small little piece out of the ground. We'll put it in my pill bottle, and then we'll run around and go do a target or two more, and then we'll get out of here for the day. Guys, sun's going down. I dug another handful of targets. It was just all a bunch of junk. Actually found another 22 shell. You gotta love that. Again, with the metal detector, it's super hard work. Got to stay at it. Always be practicing. Always be out there in the field trying to learn the machine. Getting on top of gold bearing areas is the most important. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe. Hope you guys have a good day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Gold Pen and Suntan is out.